how could I, if I was to tell people about the benefits of what I've done over the last 25 years, how could I explain to people why it's worth going through the extreme emotional clearings? And it is coming to that place of serenity, but still being able to have a human existence. So it's not like you just switched off, like you're not so detached that you're not having any experiences anymore, which is what used to happen with enlightenment. People became so completely detached, yes, that they would leave. They would just become awake, realize what was going on, think, oh, there's no reason to be here, and just go. They would just pass over. So often, I was told. This is what I was told from above. So they've changed it so that we can still have love and we can still have bursts of joy and we can still have total irritation. Kari said she's experiencing like these waves of anger that come through, like burning through her cells, and then they're gone. But we can keep going back to this sort of default of serenity, and it's really beautiful. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you because I know I have craved it all my life. Peacefulness. Sitting here looking at your faces, I see the beautiful heart in every one of you. I see the pain in some of you. I see releases happening in others. I see people stretching and contracting, and it's a privilege to watch you go through what you go through and for you to be so open with me about it. I just want to honor that. Oh. I'd like you to shut your eyes and take 3 slow, deep, cleansing breaths. Can you hear me okay? I'm just going to repeat that. I would like you to shut your eyes and take 3 slow, cleansing breaths. Indicating to your body that you're shifting your consciousness into a different dimension. And I would like you on the 3rd breath to take your consciousness to your toes and just become extremely aware of your toes. And bring it up into the ball of your foot and the arch of your foot and the heel. And just feel it, just sense it into the top of your foot. And everywhere you focus on, I'm going to be dropping energy. Tonight is a cleanse. I'm going to be dropping energy into every cell of your body in a very warm, gentle, comforting way to cleanse you of any heavy emotions that you have been going through or are going through. And I want you to take your focus to your ankles. the two bones on either side, and the actual ankle where you would pull your socks up. And then, like if you were in a lift in a department store going up, I want you to take your consciousness up from your ankle to your knee on both legs at once, or one leg then the other, depending on what's easier for you. Good. And then I want you just for a moment to dwell under your kneecap, as if you were like a little tiny microscopic creature having a good old look around. And what that does is it allows me to have a good look around and place a bit of extra energy in your knees. Because who doesn't need a little knee healing? And I'd like you to take your energy from your knees up to your hips. You might want to go the front first in the big muscle of the leg, and then the back muscle of your thigh. And then the sides as well, where that strap up down the side of your leg can get very sore. Just really focus on that. And then into your genitals, whether you're male or female. And into that whole hip area from where the legs connect in and across the pelvis where the bladder is, and the ovaries and womb for women, and scrotum and penis for men, and then up into the lower bowel. And bringing the energy, we're going to go up through the organs first, and then we're going to come back to the spine, because the spine deserves a cleanse all of its own. So let's go into the stomach. So when I say stomach, I mean your intestines, and then up into the actual stomach area. And for anyone who knows they have problems with their ovaries, maybe go to the ovaries as well and really focus on them for a moment. Or if you have no ovaries, you can focus on them too, just because you're missing them. And then up, you're going to go into, when you're lower, you're going to be going through the kidneys at the back and the liver. And then you're going to be coming up the bottom of the pancreas and the spleen. You don't have to know exactly where your organs are, just generally, they're in that area above the bowel. As you move up towards the bottom of your lungs, just becoming aware of it. No judgment. If you feel a pain or an ache, don't worry about it. Sometimes by focusing on an area, you can bring up something to release. We're not doing any heavy, big releases tonight. This is a gentle, soothing cleansing. And then up through the lungs. And as you go up through the lungs for the ladies, go up through your breasts as well. For the men, the pectorals. Up towards your throat. And of course, we missed the heart, but don't worry about that just yet. Just go right up to the shoulders, because the heart is very, very important. We're going to do that separately. And just really let that energy run up the neck. Move your head around if you need to. Give it a stretch, or don't if you don't want to. And feel that energy just pounding up into those lovely glands onto the jawline, into your jaw. Wiggle your jaw a bit if it's tight. Open your mouth and relax it. And up through the cheekbones where the sinuses are. If you've got any polyps, just send some energy through there. and up in behind the eyes, into the forehead. Oh, and don't forget the ears. Send some energy out into the ears. I nearly forgot the ears. And lastly, where you're thinking, of course, the brain. And just pop back down. We haven't done the arms yet either. Don't worry about that yet. Pop back down into your heart, which is center and slightly to the left. And just kind of vaguely see two different areas with two ventricles, ventricles meaning two tubes coming off. Just see it beating. And just focus on that for a moment. The beating of your heart. And just thank your heart because it starts beating. It's the first thing when you are a little tiny zygote. One of the first organs to really get revving is the heart. It beats for a very long time and it never gets a rest, never gets a holiday. And then when you're ready, just pop back up to the top of your shoulders and let's go down the left arm first. Let's go down and just to be aware of it, down to the elbow. Down the left arm from the elbow to the wrist. Down the wrist through the fingers. Through the palm of the hand, the back of the hand, all those bones in your hand. Down each phalange. Into your thumb joints, into your finger joints. See the blood under your fingernails, feeding your fingernails. And then just like switching over to the other shoulder. From the top of the arm, I'm on my right arm. You might be on the left or the right. You might have got it wrong the first time, it doesn't matter. So just running your consciousness, just be aware. That's all you have to do to run your consciousness. Just become aware. Just become aware of the top of your arm moving down to the elbow. Moving through the forearm, through the bone, through the flesh, through the sinew, through the fascia, down into the wrist, the thumb, the top of the hand, the bottom of the hand, all those bones in your hand, your phalanges, into all the joints of them. And now I want you to go to the top of your spine rather than the bottom, right where your skull sits on that C1, cervical 1. Really focus on that spot because it needs a lot of attention. Let's really allow the healing to go in there. And as if you are pouring a stack of champagne glasses and you're pouring the champagne at the top, just see the energy run down vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae and enter into the jelly discs in between. And what that energy is going to do is it's going to help to pump up any bulging or semi-empty discs that can cause a lot of pain as you grow older if you don't do that. and right down to the bottom of the spine. You may feel some pressure in your spine in places where it is out, but don't let that bother you. And I want you to take your consciousness out to your next body, which is the layer around you. And I know you haven't consciously done this very often, but it is a wonderful thing to do. I just want you to sense around your head first a layer of energy just outside your body. Just connect with it. And allow your thoughts to flow over your shoulders and down both your arms, about half an inch to an inch out from your body. And allow that thought to continue down through the front of you, over your chest, over your stomach, over your hips, down the front of your legs, the knees, the front of you, under your feet and back up the back of the calf, up over the buttock, up the back. Well done. Now the next layer is about 6 inches deep. I want you to expand your thoughts out into the next layer. I'm not going to go into what the layers are or what they do. I just want it to be gentle. Out to the next layer. Just imagine that energy. It's part of you. You are now 7 inches out from your body, which is about the length of your hand. And just experience it run around your head. Don't try and work out what it is. Don't judge it if it's tight or soft or spiky or gooey. Just experience it. Anytime you do this at any time of day, it can be different. Then over your arms and your shoulders, which will kind of blend into your body because you're sitting or laying. And run your thoughts down the front of your body. Down your legs. Under your feet, obviously you're going to go through the floor or through the end of the couch or wherever you're sitting or laying. And up the back. Just become aware of it. You may feel some pulsing in your body around your face or chest or neck. As you consciously acknowledge that this is you too. Okay? Coming back up the back, up to the top of the head. Now, we're going to make a giant leap. We're going to go out to the auric egg, which is anywhere from 1 meter to 1.5 meters to 3 meters in some people, out from your body. Okay? So just project your mind, just like as if you were looking out the window at something that was just outside the window. If you're in your bed, say there's a tree just outside your window or a bird. It's exactly the same thing. Just take your focus outwards. Just one moment. Karu, can you sit up, please? Thank you. Take your focus out from your body as if you're looking at a bird or looking out the window at a tree. And just scan around the front. Scan up and over. Down the back. under your feet. Now, I want you to do a little exercise with me. I want you to focus on some part of your body. Let's just say your nose. Really focus on your nose. Now focus on your auric egg. Now focus on your nose. Auric egg. Now focus on your nose. Auric egg. Focus on your nose. Now, a meter past your auric egg. And on your nose. Now, you will have noticed the minute I said a meter past your auric egg, it took some effort. It took a little bit more of your consciousness. You had to push slightly, because what you just did is you just consciously went outside a barrier placed there when you were born. I mean, it developed like your heart developed in your body, your auric egg developed in your mother's womb. And you just consciously moved outside that auric egg. Let's do it again. Focus on your nose. Focus on the first layer of your body, that first inch. Around your face, let's just use the head for the moment. Now go out another 6 inches. Now out to the auric egg. A meter and a half, whatever feels comfortable. Now push through it and go a meter further. Feel this slight resistance? Good. So this is an exercise we're going to be working with in different ways over the next few months. And while we're doing this is we're going to teach you how to leave your bodies consciously so that you can travel. And you need to become very conscious about leaving and coming back. And this is also an expansion exercise to help you learn how to expand so that your energy can become a key playing influence in holding light on earth. So that's the end of that exercise. We're going to drop that exercise for a moment. So a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And what you're doing now is just expelling. You're going to make a noise. You're expelling the energy. So you're letting go of those sets of energies. I want to teach you something that isn't taught enough on earth. I want to teach you how to become more conscious of how you control your own energies. I want you to start to master energy so that when someone comes into your realm of influence, well, your world, and they're carrying energy that you do not want, that you can expel it if you have taken some of it on. So say a friend comes, a relative, someone you can't say no to, and they're expressing a lot of sorrow or pain or anger, and then they leave. And even though you may have at some point put up some protection, some of that energy has got into your field because the minute you become empathetic, your field automatically takes some of it off them to relieve them. And that's why they say, I feel so much better. Thank you for listening. It's not just the listening. It is more that you have taken part of their burden off them. And so you can do a lot of cleansing exercises, and they are slow and they are clumsy, like running the plate glass. It works, but it probably only works about 50 to 60%. So what I want you to do is learn to control energy in such a way that you can completely expel anything you don't want, including energy coming from your own thoughts that are slowing you down from reaching where you want to reach, that are stopping you feeling the way you want to feel or experiencing what you want to experience. Yes? So we're going to be doing some exercises with this. So what I want you to do now is I want you to just stop and just scan your whole body from top to bottom as if you had a bright light and you were just scanning and see how do you feel now compared to how you felt before you started the exercise. Do you feel more relaxed? Do you feel more awake? Do you feel more aware? Was it intense? Please turn on your microphones. What did you notice, Lee? And just 30 seconds for each person because I have something else I want to teach.
Did feel the awareness more to the egg, to my nose, and that I felt that really jump back and forth. That was really good.
Did you feel any resistance when you went
Probably
out of the egg?
the first jump was.
Hmm.
Then it was fine.
Can everyone turn on their microphones, please? So we don't have to wait. Carolyn, what did you feel?
That was really, really deeply relaxing.
Ooh.
Like deeply, deeply relaxing. I feel cleansed.
That was the general
And
idea.
yeah, it was amazing. And the layers was just super, super interesting, nose to the next layer, to the next layer, to the egg out. Um, yeah, loved it. It was really good.
Well, I'm going to teach you how to go out to the 222nd layer of your body where all manifestation takes place.